I moved down here from Columbia, South Carolina about a year and a half ago. I work on the island at one of the local law firms. I'm a paralegal and wanting to pursue my education and get my law degree eventually and become an attorney. There was nothing available at the time. Moved into the only thing that I found, which was out in Bluffton, which is right over the bridge. And rent was just very expensive to be in a studio apartment.
A lot of employers on the island need qualified, young, energetic people, and they're not moving to Hilton Head because they can't afford it. They're moving off island, they're moving further away.
We're not going to be able to survive 10, 20, 30 years from now if everything on Hilton Head looks the same. In my particular visits, we'll focus on the tourism, okay? So as we start to see more and more people coming on to Hilton Head and trying to serve them in the best way that we can, that quality of service will decline if I'm operating on a 50% staff level.
I live in Okatee. It takes me about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours sometimes, to get to work. I can't live on the island, it's too expensive. Born and raised here, and now I can't live here. I would love for my kids to be raised here, but it's too expensive.
The real challenge is what their rent is and all of their money going into rent. And maybe because they're spending so much on rent, they can't afford medication or they can't afford proper daycare for their children. The dynamic of the island and the hospitality culture has changed because of that.
I've lived here since 1990. I've been a CSR for like over 20 years, customer service rep. I live with my daughter and my 11-year-old grandson. Our rent was $700. They went up to $970. A lot of the condo owners are remodeling the units and then they are hiking the rent up to $1,500, $1,700 for the same little apartment that used to be $450. We have looked, we're trying to move, but all around us everything is turned into bed and breakfast. They can pull in like $600 a day.
It's very difficult for all kinds of people to get housing here. Professional people, pastors, nurses, fire department. It will have an impact on the quality of life for people here. It's not just the businesses that'll lose out. It's individuals here that want a table at a restaurant, that want to go to the pharmacy, that want to go to a doctor's office. These people that do these jobs don't have a place to live, so they can't do the work here, so they're going to move somewhere else and do the work there for those people.
We lost an assistant manager. She was in a rental situation. The rent went up. She needed to find a place to live. She couldn't. We were looking at her for the future. And we have to be able to have people that continue to grow with us and have tenure with us in order for us to grow, in order for us to expand, in order for us to open another TO's. It was heartbreaking.
I look at it as an impact maybe in 4 areas: quality of life for residents, cost of living for residents and doing business, quality of experience for tourists, and perhaps the most important is providing a platform or an opportunity for young people to move to the island, become citizens, an integral part of the community, and perhaps over time get into leadership positions. And so in a sense, what's happening is we're starving the community for talent and leadership capability that will have tremendous impact in the years to come.
My grandson, Ryan, is 11. He just started the 6th grade at Hilton Head Middle School. He was on the principal's honor roll. If we have to move, it would displace him. This is a loss for Hilton Head Island that a brilliant student have to move away because you don't have affordable housing for him.
The importance of people growing up, understanding Hilton Head from that very intimate standpoint, and then protecting its sustainability down the road.
What we'd like to see happening is that people support workforce housing when those plans come up, and that they also communicate with their officials, with the town council, with the mayor, that this is important to them and this is important to sustaining this island. This isn't a giveaway. We're not talking about giving away housing. We're talking about making housing that is affordable to people who do the work that we need done on the island.
Look at what was done here at Selby Tub. Mr. Barnwell, whose grandfather was the late Mr. Ben White, and we're standing on the White family compound, and Mr. Barnwell was able to have this vision of creating housing on their family property. In this case, you have an individual who was born and reared here and really wanted to take advantage of the fact that they owned land and wanted to do something with it that would be productive and sustainable in perpetuity. Folks that start up their careers have an opportunity to save so that they can, at some point, move on to their own home.
This group of investors are trying to put together 40, 50 units. They're trying to make it where the employee can afford to live on Hilton Head and work on Hilton Head. These guys have been involved in the community for a long period of time. They have a vested interest in the community. Come on inside, Madison. I want you to see this. Well, Madison's a brand new unit for us. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's not overly big. It's about 800 square feet.
That's really nice. It's a great space. There's a walk-in closet, newer furnishings in both the living room with the built-in bookshelves, and then appliances in the kitchen. It's just a great space to live in. Welcome to the neighborhood. Through this program, I'm going to be paying just the flat $1,600 a month, and I'm much closer to work, so gas I'll be saving on.
Even though sometimes the costs go up as far as regime costs, insurances and things like that, they try to maintain the rent so it makes it affordable for the person living in there.
This property taken out of this program would probably be $2,500 a month up to $3,000. So being able to be a part of this program is, saving me so much money. That way I am able to continue to work and not have to leave Hilton Head. I can stay in this area, invest more in the community, get more involved in the community.
This can be a spectacular community, even better than it is today. But it requires the fuel of new ideas, younger people, and leadership growth over time.
I hope as a community we can collectively come to a solution to be able to continue what makes Hilton Head Island special. We have to find a solution for workforce housing.